Our judges at ringside: Dave Braslow, Brian Costello, and Paul Wallace. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Brent Bovell. Introducing first, out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 134.2 pounds, wearing red trunks with black and white trim. His record, 26 victories with 5 defeats, 21 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Santiago de los Caballeros, Dominican Republic, Yohan Vasquez. Introducing out of the red corner, presented in association with Antonio Leonard Promotions. He weighed in at 135.7 pounds, wearing neon green trunks. His record, perfect. 15 fights, 15 victories. 13 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Cleveland, Ohio, Abdullah Mason!
All right, protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Let's keep it clean. Touch them up.
Brent Bovell, the third man in the ring tonight. Christina Poncher, Michaela Mayer here with you from the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Abdullah Mason, fight number 5 this year, looking for knockout number 5 in 2024, and has definitely made his case for prospect of the year. Wants to put a cap on that here in this performance, but he's got to get through the 31-fight veteran, Yohan Vasquez. Vasquez in the black and red trunks, Mason in the green trunks. The theme's a little theme. I mean, you might be a trendsetter for 2024, Michaela.
It's a good color. You can already see Abdullah Mason sort of just finding his range and his distance. Little steps forward, little steps back, little feints, and a perfect counter with the left hand already. He knows his opponent's coming to him. He doesn't have to find him. He's going to be there.
Oh, and he's already landed that lead hand, as well as the back left hand of the southpaw. And just like that, Abdullah Mason goes down in round 1. My goodness.
You could see Vasquez coming out swinging. You can immediately see his strength. But I think that just woke up Abdullah.
That is the first knockdown in the 15-fight career of Abdullah Mason, and you could see he popped right back up like he was shocked himself. We'll have to take a look at it on the replay, as it looks like he got him again, and then he comes back and drops Vasquez.
Oh my God.
Drama here in round 1. He gets his get back. Limping slightly, as it looks like he can't really put any pressure on that left leg.
I'm surprised they're letting it go on.
Oh, it's probably not going to go on much longer, as he is a standing target, and Mason goes to work. Uppercut lands for Mason. Uppercut, and then Mason again gets caught with the counter, and his hand touches the canvas. That's 2 knockdowns scored for Vasquez. What is happening?
Vasquez has some incredible power because he's injured. He can't even fully sit on his punches right now, and he just hurt Mason again.
He just dropped Mason twice in the first round, and he's operating off 1 leg. Insane start to this fight here in Norfolk.
Vasquez has about a round and a half to try and finish this fight. He's limping pretty bad. I'm surprised the ref is still letting him go. He's got to land the perfect shot. He's got 1 round.
I mean, 2 knockdowns scored for Vasquez, a knockdown scored for Mason. I mean, nobody saw this coming here in round 1 of this fight. What an insane start.
I'm I'm almost upset.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm upset Vasquez is hurt because I want to see this fight.
Me too. I mean, he's limping back to the corner. And that's going to be up to his corner now to make a decision whether they're going to send their fighter out there like that again.
Don't be rushing this shit, you hear me? Don't rush this shit. This is boxing. It ain't nothing. You're a superstar, you hear me? Get the fucking hands up. Take your time and put him on a timer. Don't sit there in front of him waiting to throw nothing. You know how to do.
All right, let's take a look at the 3 knockdowns that there was in round 1.
Put him where you want him. Take your time.
First knockdown came from Vasquez, but
Left hand. That was a left hand, and that was the last knockout,
a little out of
actually.
order.
So they were out of order. That's the last one when Abdullah Mason didn't touch the canvas with his backside like he did on the first one, but with his hand there. And they're going to send out Vasquez for round 2, despite him limping off the knockdown. And there is the first one.
Mason got caught. He was throwing his, or attempting to throw his left, then he attempted to throw his left uppercut, boom, gets caught with the left hook over the top.
2 knockdowns for Vasquez in round 1, 1 for Abdullah Mason.
Great uppercut that Abdullah Mason threw to return the knockdown. That uppercut, he's fighting home for that uppercut. It worked. It knocked Vasquez down 1 time. And if he keeps falling in like that, it's going to land again.
Closing the distance. And, you know, one thing that Vasquez is doing a good job of, Michaela, is keeping that lead foot on the outside of Mason. I mean, Mason's hopping in, but I think Vasquez, in his savvy veteran style, is cognizant of the timing and really trying to keep that lead foot on the outside.
I think he also has to keep it very far forward because he can't put the weight on his back leg. I believe it's his back leg that's hurt, right?
I think it's the front foot, Michaela. I think it's his left leg. He's stepping very gingerly forward.
Yeah, he's hopping on that back foot. You're right, it's the front foot.
And it looks like he might have caught Mason again with an uppercut. You know what? Abdullah Mason doesn't have to stand in there and throw with him. He's actually a very good boxer as well, and maybe more of his game plan needs to be to get back to that stick, because you can tell that power that Vasquez has.
He's an extremely good boxer. He doesn't need to be in there at all unless his game plan was to sit in there, bump him with the shoulder, and make him fall on his injured foot, but otherwise pick him from the outside. Vasquez is obviously extremely strong. There's no need to get caught up in the war.
Vasquez has 21 knockouts in his 26 wins. And I think one of the questions that maybe people had about Abdullah Mason, okay, but he hasn't fought anybody yet. Or how is his chin? Well, he suffered a knockdown twice, and now he just knocked down his opponent for the 2nd time.
And he looks at his corner, shakes his head. He does not want to continue.
Yeah, he looked it off. Whether it's the leg injury, whether it's his ego, as he limps back to the corner, what it is a 5th consecutive knockout in 2024 for Abdullah Mason.